How do you know that? How do you know that, bro? I have brain of TikTok maybe. This one. Is there any views I'm getting through this video? Oh, oh my, oh, what is skill, sister? Bro?
Well, this is something that happens very often with
Very often.
suffixes that are Latin in origin. In fact, the origin of
impact. Okay, in fact.
most English vocabulary comes from Latin directly or indirectly via French.
French, Germanic, oh man, English. I mean, if you learn English, then you can learn other languages like Latin, French, Germanic, German, Greek, okay, French, okay.
If you speak a Romance language, like
If you speak Romance language,
Spanish, French, if you speak a Romance language, like Spanish via
I'm focusing on her pronunciation, you know,
French,
like how she does sound on, you know, romance language.
if you speak a Romance language, like
romance language, not language, languages, the language, romance. Okay, how romance word came from? I think from romanus, meaning Roman. This term evolved into romanticus, referring to something written in Roman style,
like Spanish, French, Portuguese, Italian, etc.
These are romance language. These are romance languages. Oh man, romance languages
have an advantage.
Have an advantage, you know, have an advantage. And there is an ad I'm seeing. I don't like cats.
To change Italian, etc. You have an advantage. Maybe you need to change the spelling or change the suffixes a little bit, but you already know most of these words.
Yeah, I know most of the words.
But you need to be
but
really careful. I often hear speakers of Romance language.
I often hear speakers
making more pronunciation mistakes because they try to use the stress patterns from their language. Not from English. So remember that in English, we don't stress the suffix.
We don't stress the suffix.
We stress the syllable immediately before the suffix.
We usually stress the syllable immediately before the suffix.
So anytime you see these suffixes, which we'll practice today, you will always know exactly how to pronounce that word with the correct word stress. Let's continue with some more examples of the IC suffix. Anytime you see a word like this,
IC suffix, like Germanic, Islamic,
you know that it's an adjective that was formed from a noun. For example, if someone has a lot of energy,
energetic.
He or she is energetic.
Energetic, bro. Energetic. 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 Okay. Energetic. 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 Energetic.
Energetic.
Energetic.
If something has the power of a magnet, it is magnetic.
It is magnetic. 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 Magnetic.
Magnetic. An
Magnetic.
athlete is a person
Athlete. Athlete. Athletes. Athletes. Athlete. Athletes. Athlete. Athletes. Athlete.
who's very magnetic.
Magnetic. Magnetic.
An athlete is
Athlete. Athlete.
a person who's very
Athlete. Okay, athlete. I'm not an athlete. Athlete. I'm not an 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 athlete. Athletes. Athletes. Cristiano Ronaldo. He's an athlete.
athletic.
Athletic. Athletic means what?
Athletic.
Athletic meaning physically strong, fit and active. Athletic, relating to athletes and athletics. She gained fame in Greece for her athletic ability. Athletic. Okay, physically active and strong, goal at athletics or sports.
Next, let's talk about adjectives that end with the suffix ical. For example, the noun magic becomes
Magical.
the adjective magical.
Magical. Magical.
In both words, the first syllable is stressed.
But I need to find out what is stress.